Friends, welcome back to my channel. I just filmed this entire video and realized I didn't film an intro, so I was doing really quick. If you couldn't tell by the title, we are doing a 24-hour readathon today. My last one I filmed, I did do the straight through method, no sleep. Not this time. This time we are using the timer method, where I did this over the course of the weekend. I started Friday night, it's now Sunday night, I just finished it now. Going to this one, I didn't really have a set TBR, to be honest. I kind of just like picked them as I went. So I'm not gonna talk about the books I did now. Let's get into it because there's a lot of great reads, so let's go. So friends, I'm already kind of delirious. It is now 9:20 on Friday night. We're starting this at 9:30. I'm gonna do a bit of reading tonight to just try to get like a chunk out of the way so that I'm not having to read like 12 hours tomorrow and 12 hours Sunday, because I'm hoping if I read like 3 or 4 hours tonight and get into 20 hours, I can read for like 15 plus tomorrow and then just have like 5 on Sunday, because Sunday's always a really busy day for me, because Sundays I do a longer filming session and then I do groceries. I sometimes work. There's nothing that goes on Sundays. So I think the goal for tonight is to start and finish a photo finish. I'm filming this before I film the intro. I think it's kind of out of order to say because I don't want to do it right now. And I have a couple books chosen, but I think this is what I'm going to start with for tonight because it's also my Kindle and I can read on both. Most of the books I'm choosing for this readathon are like series in the middle of that I can either finish or just make more progress on. So this one, I think I can finish it tonight. I'm going to get comfy in bed. I do have a cider I'm going to enjoy as well. One thing that's really making me so mad about this book is I just looked at the back and I realized like the writing on the back is like totally off center. Sorry, this lighting is so bad, so it makes the quality bad. The writing is like totally off center, where it's like literally off the page. I'm like, the writing's like literally, it's off the page. I'm like, sure I'm quite ready to do this because I literally did a 24-hour readathon I think like 3 weeks ago, but that was a straight through one. This one is with breaks. I'm being a normal person this time, but we're going to start. Ready? We're going. Hi friends, I'm already flying through this. It's been like just under an hour now and I'm already at page 115, so I'm reading very fast. The thing about me is that I will eat up Elsie Silver every single time. Other contemporary romances, I'm always like, oh yeah, they're good. Hers, I would read them, I'm like, perfect, amazing. So this one we're following Cole, who's Vaughn's older brother from the last book, and then Violet, who is the cousin of the Eatons from Chestnut Springs, which is my favorite series ever. This book starts like right where Off to the Races finished, where Violet just won the one race, and pretty much Cole's there and he comes up to her and he lays the bomb that they actually know each other from a little set of interactions they've had in the past, and he recognizes her, and now pretty much at the beginning of the book they were like dodging each other around the ranch, and then due to some circumstances they actually end up living together for a little bit. We're getting a second chance, we're getting forced proximity, we're getting a little bit of like grumpy sunshine action, and I'm just loving it so far. I'm definitely gonna finish this tonight, probably in the next like 2 hours or so based on how fast I'm reading this so far. So I'll probably just update you guys when I finish this, but I'll probably finish around 12:30 I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm just gonna get some PJs, get into bed and get cozy for the rest of the night. I might read a little bit on my Kindle too, because obviously it's on KU. So off to a good start though. I'm not gonna have much to do with somebody snoring beside me. I'll record in the morning, but I did finish book 1. I finished Off to the Races. I'll talk about it in the morning. It took me just over 3 hours. I'm listening to an audiobook for 1 hour or so while I work on a thumbnail that I'm gonna be posting, and we'll talk more tomorrow to avoid that. Friends, it's the next morning and something awful has happened. I said I was gonna do it, and of course I did. I fell asleep while listening to my audiobook. So I didn't stop my timer and I woke up and it was like 15 hours. I'm like, that's a bold-faced lie. So I have to reset the timer. I know for a fact, you guys know I'm always very honest with these things. I know for a fact the last time I saw the clock was at 20 hours and 20 minutes. I know for a fact too, I did actually listen for longer than that. That's the last time I saw the clock, and I know for a fact I read until, so we're gonna go back to that time of 20 hours and 20 minutes. We're gonna restart the timer there. Because when I finished Off the Races, we were at like 20 and like 50 something minutes, And then I made my thumbnail, I listened to the audiobook, and I lied down, and that was my mistake. So I have to get ready for work in about 45 minutes, but I'm going to press the play on the timer again. I'm going to listen to an audiobook while I just like chill this morning, and then as I get ready and as I drive to work. So I'm hoping I can get like another like hour and like a bit done right now, hour and 15 maybe, and then I'll come back and read physically for like the rest of the day. We're at this time again. I'm so sorry about that. 20 hours, 20 minutes on the clock. It is now 1 o'clock. I just got home from work, and with my getting ready for work and with my driving to and from work, I made it to 18 hours and 47 minutes left. So while I was doing that this morning, I was listening to The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I'm about 55% through, and this one is like, it's fun. Pretty much the whole premise is that they live in London and they're doing a flat share. And so flat share is where like you live in the same place, share everything, room, whole house, but it's like one person's there from like, you know, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the other person's there from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Like they never cross paths. And so the main characters are sharing a flat share, and they realize to these cute little notes with the entire time. And then finally they're like meeting in person. And it's like a lot of fun. It's just like a fun kind of romance I'm listening to. I think I'm 55% of the way through that now. But last night I did finish a photo finish. Let's talk about that quick. I think I'm finally on a rating of like 4.5 to 4.75. I still have to think. Elsie Silver would do it for me every single time. I love this woman so much. And I actually realized I misspoke before. I was thinking that Violet was their cousin. She's the sister. Definitely this one more than the first one. I think I gave the first one 4 or 4.25 stars. So it definitely was a level up from that. But yeah, I will just... any Elsie Silver book I will read and I will love. It's just how it is. And then I think the next book I'm going to start actually is a big one. I'm going to do Rule of Wolves just because I read King of Scars last week and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.25, and the way it ended made me want to dive into this right away. And at first I was going to give myself more of a break between, but now I'm hoping in this readathon I can finish like 2 series like completely, and then I'll just kind of make some progress on some other ones. So I'm thinking this guy is next. I don't have an ebook of it, so it's kind of nice because this one will be the one I read physically, and then I still have an audiobook I have about 2.5 hours left of, because really I have like 4 hours and something, but I listen to my audiobooks at 2 times the speed, so I'll have a little bit more time. And then another book I have on my list I want to be reading is a KU book, so I can read that on my e-reader, this one physically, and that one on an audiobook. Just kind of give me a little change of reading formats during this challenge. So we have 18 hours and 47 minutes left, so a good little chunk. Like I said, I'm hoping I can read till about 2 or 3 today and possibly get down to like 6 to 8 hours would be ideal for tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not gonna start reading right away. I think I'm gonna just like relax for a little bit because I just got home from work. I'm just gonna like maybe watch a show, eat some lunch, and then I'll start reading my physical book after that. I was reading for just over 2 hours, around 16 hours and 44 minutes left on the clock. I made it to part 2 of Rule of Wolves, so about like getting close to halfway. I can't speak much on this now, obviously, because it's like the second book in the series, but really like the 7th book because the Grishaverse. But we picked up right back where we left off, like the action of where the last book ended, which I loved. And we're seeing a bit more of characters who like we've loved from previous series, a lot more of them, and the action is really building. We just got left off a little cliffhanger here for part 2, so I really want to get back into it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I think I'm feeling like at least a 4.5 right now. We'll see if it gets any higher, but this is going great so far. Also, if you guys didn't see, I did have to bust open half of an energy drink because I was like falling asleep in bed reading this. Not because it was boring, because I'm literally so tired. So I'm sitting on the floor now with some energy drink and my book to see if that'll help keep me awake. I'll only drink half at a time or else I get way too anxious. We'll probably drink this half now and either the other half tomorrow or later tonight. We'll see. Friends, I finished that book in just under 5 hours. I have 13 hours 55 minutes left on the clock still. Dare I say this is a 5-star. Dare I say it. There is something about the second book and a Leigh Bardugo duology that will always get me. It might be 4.75, let's be real, I think it's a 5-star. I like this one a lot more than King of Scars. I thought this just had a lot more going on plot, character-wise, a lot more development in this book. And I loved how she wrapped up the series very well, but also left like a potential opening for more books in the Grishaverse, which I would love to see. I love this book so much. And I don't know what I want to read next, to be honest, but gotta pick a new read because we still have just under 14 hours left. And it's just before 7 o'clock at night. I'm thinking I'm gonna kind of read my Odd Man Out here, and I'm gonna read River Sing Me Home. The reason I'm read this one is because this is the last book I have on my January TBR, and I'm filming this over the weekend. So I'm filming this the 27th and 28th. And then I have Monday to read whatever I want, but then I'm reading House Flame and Shadow on Tuesday, Wednesday, so that's done and in my January reading wrap up. So this is like my last chance. I know I can read this and like guarantee I get it done. No, it has to be read during this readathon. And it's only 300 or so pages, so I'm just gonna like kick back, read this till about 9:30, 10, and then we might move into an ebook, audiobook. We'll see what I'm feeling at that time. So friends, I am flying through this. I'm like 100 pages in and I've been reading for I think 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. I'm flying through this. This book is about Rachel in Barbados in 1834 when they declared the end to slavery. And pretty much now she is like journeying around the Caribbean islands trying to find her 5 kids who she thinks might still be alive. Going by foot, she's going by boat, like she's going anywhere she needs to find her children. And it's beautiful and I'm loving it. And I'm really mad this has been sitting on my shelf since February of last year. February 2023. Alas, we're gonna keep going. Here I am again in the exact same spot. We're gonna mind our business about that. It's okay. We now have 11 hours and 34 minutes left. I devoured River Sing Me Home in about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I really enjoyed this one. I think I'm rating it a 4-star. It could potentially go up to 4.25. I'm gonna sit on it, but I think right now it's a 4. I really enjoyed it. I already explained the plot before. I felt like the ending, like, it had like a nice wrap up to it, but I kind of wanted like a little bit more closure about certain things. But overall, I really enjoyed it. And I love reading about some parts of history that like I may not have actually read about before or even like heard about, been spoken to about. So I found this really fascinating. The problem now is, what do I read next? Because I only have one more like physical book actually laid out for this challenge, and then I'm kind of just like on my own roughing it. So we have 11.5 hours left. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm hoping to get to at least like 8 or so hours before I go to sleep tonight. The last book I have actually picked out for this is A Dream So Wicked, which is the last book in the Entangled with Faith series by Cassandra Odette. This is another series I'll get completely checked off. I'm super excited. And this one actually I will be reading pretty much all on Kindle because I've been holding a physical book now for about 7 hours, maybe plus. I'm thinking a little e-reader break. Just, hold my e-reader. I might even like break up a little bit and read some of my audiobook in between. I don't know, we'll see what the heart wants, but yeah, this one is the Sleeping Beauty retelling. Alright friends, so I'm in this lighting. We came out to my kitchen and living room for a little change of scenery. I'm gonna go read on my beanbag chair for a little bit. But I'm about 140 pages into A Dream So Wicked. I've been reading for an hour and 10 minutes now, close to. And I'm really enjoying this so far. Sleeping Beauty is one of my favorite fairy tales ever, so it's just a lot of fun. There's just a big reveal that was really well done. But so I'm about 28% of the way through the book, so I'll probably need another like 3 or so hours to finish, which means I won't be wrapping up tonight till about 1:30 if I can manage that. We'll see, and then that'll get me down to like 7.5-ish hours for tomorrow, which is perfect. I mean, this is a little bit my audiobook too, which we're down even lower, so we're making really good progress. If you guys don't know me, I always only drink half an energy drink because I can't drink a full one at a time, so I drank half a early today. I'm just gonna literally have 1 sip right now to sustain me for 3 hours, then we're gonna get back to it, so. Hello friends, it's morning. It's me again here. It's 8:30 in the morning. And I think you guys are okay to start losing faith in me because I once again didn't stop the timer. I fell asleep while reading. So I woke up at like 4 a.m. and it's at 5 hours and 32 minutes. I'm like, clearly that's not right. Once again, I'm not sure how long I actually read for, but I know I remember looking at the clock at 7 hours and 20 minutes. I finished A Dream So Wicked at like 7 hours and 47. I think I read more than that, but that's also when I saw it. So I'm gonna put it back to 7 hours and 20 minutes. And I'm sorry that I'm like this and I keep doing this, but we're gonna do that. And then also when I was like sitting there listening to the book last night, I kept being like, what do I want to start next? What do I want to start next? And I couldn't decide. And I was kind of like, I kind of keep wanting to go off with like finishing series. And there's a book that I've wanted to read, but I haven't gotten yet. It's only available in hardcover, and I'm a paperback girl. I was like, you know what? I have enough like Kobo points to download a book for free. Why don't I just do it? And so I did it. We're gonna read Ruthless Vows. Terrifying, because the way that last book left off, like, genuinely had me shaking. And I kept saying, like, the day this comes out, I'm gonna read it, and then I was too scared. And then December 26th came, and I was like, I'm okay. I don't have to know. And I kept seeing which reviews were, like, absolutely sobbing to this, and I just want to know what's going on with these characters, because I miss them, and I'm scared to know what's going on, but I want to know. So this is what we're gonna start with this morning. I'm not gonna be reading for very long right now, maybe, like, 45 minutes or so, just because I'm gonna go do groceries this morning. Then I'm gonna come back and pretty much the whole day will be dedicated to this. I am gonna do a couple videos I normally film on Sunday, so I'll probably be doing like a little bit, but let me finish this like around dinner time tonight, the latest. So I'm so nervous. Let's dive in. My friends, it's a couple hours later. I was out, I did grocery shopping, all that stuff, came back. I have 6 hours and 25 minutes left on the clock. I read about 100 or so pages of Ruthless Vows before I left for groceries. I'm really enjoying this right now. It's kind of been like the setup of the story so far, and I can't really speak much in it because it kind of picks up like where the last one left off on that big cliffhanger. But I love these characters so much, my whole heart. And I was like, how am I gonna push through these last 6.5 hours? Let me tell you how. My Oodie just came in the mail. Shut the front door. It is like one of those like big blanket hoodies. Let me put it on for you. Come on. This actually chilling in this for like the rest of the readathon. There's this ginormous pocket, the hood, and there's like this like fleece like lining inside that is like the coziest thing ever. Shut up right now. Do you see this? Wearing this for the rest of the video because this is so cozy. Give me code for $35 off that you guys can use for your own Oodie, which is a great deal. And you guys can shop directly through my link that I have in the caption. It'll lead you right to the site. So I love this. Friends, getting this made me feel like I have to read Harry Potter again, but alas, maybe once this is done. We are starting back up the timer, 6 hours and 25 minutes to go. Okay, I'm finished with Ruthless Vows. So you saw there's some tears. I have 3 hours and 42 minutes left on the clock still. Honestly, like, it drew a lot of emotion in me out of the end, obviously there, but I'm not sure it was a 5-star, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, when I read Divine Rivals, like, it was, like, I knew. I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, I was in love with it. And I was in love with this too, but like, I didn't have any 5-star feelings the entire time. But like, I think it's like a 4.75 then. Maybe a 4.5? I think I need to send that one for a little bit for that rating. I'm hoping the next 3 hours and 42 minutes gives me some clarity. Who knows how much time it's gonna give me. But I'll put this down because I now have 3 hours and 42 minutes. So I'm thinking I can read one kind of like small book and then kind of finish off listening to my audiobook, I think is the plan. So the small book I had in mind, actually just opened up in the mail today, is Juniper Hill by Devney Perry. It's the second book in the Eden series, and these books are short. They're only 300, I guess. Yeah, even the bonus epilogue, this is 311 pages, so it's not a long one. So I'm reading this because I can also read it on my Kindle if I would like to. But if I finish this would take me like 2 and a bit hours to read, like 2.5 hours to read, and it'll leave me with still over an hour, and I believe I have like an hour and 40 left of my audiobook, I think. So I'll just finish off listening to that. I won't finish the book, but then I'll just finish it after 24 hours and still include it in this wrap up, probably just to include it. But 3 hours and 42 minutes. Let's go. We're gonna start this guy and start. Friends, I'm loving how fast paced this is. I'm on page 123 and it hasn't even been an hour of reading. I think it's like just under an hour, so I'm flying through this. I'm loving how it's like fast paced, there's no slow burn. Like our characters had like their first like romantic interaction and we're less than halfway through. So I like it. So see on this floor an hour later, I'm probably gonna finish this book sitting in this spot. I might get up actually, who knows? But that's my sink. Did you guys hear that? That's terrifying. Is it okay? Yeah, I might move, we'll see, but I'm flying through this, so I might finish this literally in like 2 to 8 hours. Here now, it's almost 6 o'clock at night, but I have just finished Juniper Hill for the second book in the Eden series. I have an hour and 20 left on the clock, which actually works perfectly, because I think I have like an hour and 30 left of my audiobook. So I'm just gonna listen to that to finish this challenge off, kind of while I meal prep some things for tomorrow and everything, make some dinner. Let's do this really quick. I think this one a 3.5 star. I really enjoy it. It's about Memphis, who's like a single mom who comes into Quincy and she starts working at the Eloise Hotel, which is one of the businesses that the Edens run, and meets Knox and things go from there. I do love how these books have like always like a kind of little mystery element to it in some sense. It was really fun. These books remind me of the Knock 'Em Out trilogy if the Knock 'Em Out trilogy was an acceptable size, because like this did what those did in 600 pages in 300, so we like them a lot more. But yeah, I enjoy this series. They're good. They're not like amazing, but they're great for like quick little palate cleanser, especially when I've been reading a lot of fantasy this weekend, so this was a lot of fun. I don't think I've talked about a lot on here. So the audiobook I'm reading is The Flat Share, and I'm liking it. I think right now it's about like a 3-star somewhere in there, but I have an hour and a half left. We'll see how the book wraps up. I haven't really been liking this last little bit of it, to be honest. It's kind of dragging, so we'll see if it picks up a little bit, but I'm gonna go cook some dinner, listen, and hopefully finish by like just past 7, because I also have to do the rows of my crochet blanket tonight. If you guys know, I'm doing a star rating blanket, so every week I sit down and I do a row of crochet for each book that I read with their star ratings. Like my dark blue is my 4-star, for example, and I read a lot this week because I did this readathon, so I have to do 10 rows tonight. It would probably take me 2 hours, so I'm hoping I can finish up this soon so that I can sit down, crochet my little heart away, and maybe watch a movie while I'm doing it. But yeah. Timer just went off. I do have really 10 minutes left of my audiobook though, so just keep listening and then I'll be back for thoughts. All right, friends, we have finished. We're done. I swear I did a readathon literally like last month too, so I might do a little break from these after this. But in this challenge, I got through 5 physical books, 1 ebook, and 1 audiobook, so let's rapid fire my thoughts on them again. First book I read is The Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. I think it's on the 4.5 for this. Second book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. Elsie Silver will do it for me every time. I love this one with my whole heart, and she's like one of the few contemporary romance authors I consistently rate above a 4-star. Then I moved into Rule of Wolves. This is a 5-star. This is a 5-star. This is like my Spider-Man No Way Home is what I keep saying. I loved this so much. I thought like the first one was like setting things up a lot more, and then this one kind of got way more like plot depth, character depth. I love how she left it open-ended where there's a possibility for more Grishaverse books with characters that we already love, but I'm so happy with this. This is actually the first book in the Grishaverse I've rated 5 stars, because I think even Crooked Kingdom was a 4.75. That's crazy. Then I read River Sing Me Home. This story was beautiful, and I love historical fictions where I can learn something from, where I can just get a little bit more insight on certain places and certain times in history. It's something I might not have really known a lot about. This is a story of a mother where Barbados just announced that slavery was ended, and she's going to go find her kids, and she's trying to find them after they were sold and traded to different parts of the country, and she's on the hunt for them. Then I read A Dream So Wicked. This is probably my favorite book in the Entangled with Faith series. The Entangled with Faith series consistently for me was like a 3.5 to 3.75. This was a 4-star. 4-star. This is the Sleeping Beauty retelling. I think so. I love Sleeping Beauty. I love it so much. I just found that we really like got right into the action from the very beginning of this one, and then it just actually sustains the entire way through. Because these books are about 500 pages, and I find in some of the ones they've dragged a little bit. This one didn't, I didn't feel like. If you guys know, Entangled Fae is just like a series of interconnected standalones that are all princess and fairy tale retellings. So I say it's a really good intro to fantasy because it's stories you already know and love with fae elements, fairies, all that good stuff. Then I read Juniper Hill. I just talked about this. I'm not gonna talk about too much more. 3.5 star. I love the Edens. Interconnected standalones, romance, with a mystery in it. This one, I think I read the first one 3.75. This one was a 3.5, but overall, kind of seems just like a great little romance palette cleanser series from between all my big fantasies. And I have the physical copy. I listened on audiobook, but I do have the ebook of it as well. I listened to The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I think this one's a 3-star. Honestly, like, it was good. And at first I was because I was listening to it, but I've listened to a bunch of audiobooks lately and really, really enjoyed them. I found this one, like, I wasn't like the biggest fan of. I didn't really like, feel like super invested with the characters, their story, but I still enjoyed my time with it, and I thought it was like a fun, cute kind of idea. So I settled on a 3-star for it. I almost forgot about Ruthless Vows because I don't have it with me. This one I think I settled on the 4.5 for. And the first book was like an easy 5-star. This one I just felt like it didn't give me like that same magical feeling sometimes. Like, most of the time it did, but I feel like I didn't get any 5-star feelings for it, and I felt like the last book was so character driven and romance driven, so like really made me love it. Oh, there was so much romance in this book as well. This one was a lot more plot driven, which like obviously we have to wrap that up and get the loose ends, but I think it was like the slight difference for me. I still cried. I still felt all the feels, but I think this one was a 4.5, which is still an amazing read. Just Divine Rivals is still my favorite. Hello friends, me here. I've been editing this video, and I was going to do the most fun part where I actually check off the series that I finished in my book. So let's do it quick. This isn't gonna take long. First page, we read Juniper Hill, so we're gonna cross that one off. 4 left in the Eden. Finished at Dream So Wicked, which means I have the Entangled Fae series completely done and up to date, unless she releases more. I read A Photo Finish, which means I'm halfway through Gold Rush Ranch. Ruthless Vows, so I got that duology off my list. And I also read Womb of Wolves, which finished off that duology as well. I think that's it now. Yes, that was good. Oh, that's it. If you guys watched this whole thing, thanks so much for following along with me. I had so much fun doing this. It's kind of like a fun little weekend activity. I'm thinking about doing maybe like once a month or once every 2 months to give myself more of a break and just get through some books. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out so much. I'm also on TikTok, Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.